like people are pretty well familiar at this point with what do we call it? The rebirth, the resurgence, the resurrection of static apps.
All applicable adjectives.
Is it something that you're planning to continue deep into the future? Is this the new moving forward, or was this kind of a commemorative communal mourning?
I mean, that's what it started out as, and it just like kept snowballing and growing, and it's where it is now because the fans keep coming out, and I think I've said it previously. If I haven't, I'll say it now. As long as we're having fun doing this, and the fans keep wanting us to do it, we'll do it.
I feel like you've actually grown the fan base more this time around. Maybe metal is just reaching more people because of the internet being more prevalent. Do you feel like you're getting kind of bigger crowds?
Yeah, we've kind of noticed that. We've noticed a lot of younger people, like our fans that grew up with us back in like '99 and the early 2000s. They're all adults and have kids, and they're bringing their kids to the shows, and yeah, it's great to see that. New generation of evil disco heads, getting their fix.
Did you ever feel like you were going to be a nostalgia for people? I mean, because you've got kids who are just discovering you now.
Yeah, I know.
And then you've got people who are basically having their 10-year reunion and their 20-year reunions with you guys now.
Yeah, that's great.
It's a huge mix.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, a big spectrum of people out in the audience. It's great. Great thing to see.
So that's definitely going to lend itself to potential new album cycle, new music.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll be doing full length albums. Who buys albums?
Honestly, that's the question I have to ask everybody now, because it used to be such a standard cycle, and now it's like,
Yeah. It's like
maybe we'll get a video game.
Yeah. I think maybe if we do write any new music, maybe it'll be single. But I don't know. I'm just living in the now and enjoying the now. And when the future comes, I'll cross that bridge and we'll deal with it.
Well, now I feel bad because you're living in the now, and I want to ask you about the RV stories.
Oh, well, I'm living in the now, but I do have fond memories of the past, definitely.
So, full disclosure, their tour manager from the RV days is one of my good friends, and so I said, hey, I'm going to be talking to Tony today. What do I ask him? And she was like, RV, RV, RV. She said, you guys used to stop at truck stops, and Wayne would get out just completely oblivious to other humans in the entire vicinity and just go in and be like in his slippers and whatever.
Because he'd sleep with the hair up. So he'd walk out and go into the truck stop, just, with his pajamas and slippers, and go to use the bathroom. And I remember overhearing a trucker watching Wayne walk by, and he said something like, "That's the biggest rooster I ever seen."
And especially 20 years ago, 25 years ago, Midwest America did not know what to think.
Yeah, it was definitely something new.
Nowadays, I feel like the Buc-ee's is kind of a standard. I see Buc-ee's shots on social media from every single band.
Yeah, I don't know that I've been into one. What's funny? How things have changed. Some back in the early days of touring, we'd always make it a thing to hit the truck stop. Once we hit the road after a show, hit the truck stop, get something to eat, get something to drink, hang out, play some video games. Now it's just like, all right, I'm going to bed. See you in the morning. Well, we hit a truck stop last night? I don't know.
Was there?
Yeah, it's not so much a thing anymore. You know, we're all just like, all right, later. Pass it out.
Dare I say it? We are vintage.
Yeah, I ain't
these days.
I ain't a spring chicken anymore, man.
Before we were rolling, I literally said sleep is my drug of choice, and
Yeah.
I think that's happening a lot more. That's another one of the big changes, right? Now we've got these multi-generational audiences at the shows, and the bands are more mature, you know? And when you go out there and you do a big rock show, it takes a physical toll and a mental toll to be away from the family and away from your cozy spot. How do you kind of make all of that okay?
You make it all okay with that time you get on stage. Because, like, the longer I do this, the more the minutia of touring wears on you. But still, that time you get on stage makes it all worth it. You know, just to get that back and forth with the audience and just to have that energy and have that good time. That still makes it worth it for me. So yeah. And as long as that's the case, I'll keep doing this. And I'm physically able to.
So in the beginning of the resurrection, I don't have a specific for it, but there was a lot of really great mystique around bringing the band back and the new singer and how you guys were going to work that. And I feel like the internet did both things. They did the thing where it was like, ooh, this is cool, we don't know what's going on. And then they did the thing like, we're going to tear this apart and find out what's going on. Which one was your preference?
I like the mystery of it. I think that's something that's lacking these days from, when I came up and was getting into music, and, there was a lot of mystery into, your favorite acts.
We didn't know what Kiss looked like.
Exactly.
For most of our lives.
Exactly. And that especially when you're young, that mystery fuels so much imagination and speculation, and it's cool to like have fan theories about your favorite bands and stuff like that. And that's just not there anymore, really. I mean, like a lot of bands and people are just like constantly broadcasting their daily lives, so like there's no mystery. Like, oh, well, okay, I guess this guy went and took a shit at this hour, and and had lunch at this hour, and it's just like.
But sometimes people are like, oh, he uses Colgate whitening too.
Yeah. That means I'm cool too.
It makes you relatable, right? Like it kind of brings them into the fold in a way.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
So as you watched everyone go true crime podcasts on the situation,
right.
Was it frustration, amusement?
I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was like. I just laughed. It was so much fun. Because in a way, it was like it's kind of like fucking with them too, So it's like, yeah, keep guessing. It was funny. Like we would do meet and greets and stuff. And I remember one guy. We were in France, and a couple guys asked us. Usually would ask us who we were the guy, and I jokingly told him it's Dino from Fear Factory. He lost a ton of weight, and they're like, they totally believe me. They're like, no way, really? I'm like, yeah, it's true, dude.
And then Dino did the same thing, right, with his new singer. He made the whole internet wait, like 3 years to find out that guy's name?
Yeah.
It was cool.
I didn't even know. And I'm in the band. So don't feel bad. I didn't even know.
He told me.
Yeah.
And then I promptly forgot. He told me in I think
he told me 2 years before that he had another guy in mind. And then I just assumed it was him.
I thought you were joking. You mean he literally punked you on who he was going to be and didn't tell you?
Well, I'm sure he had every intention of hiring that guy.
Oh.
But then it didn't work out, and she never told me that it didn't work out. And then I was like, oh, hi Milo, how you doing? Oh, nice to meet you.
You're shorter than I thought you'd be. It's a good thing you didn't run into the other guy and say something awkward.
Yeah, hey, congrats on the gig. Like, what? What are you talking about? Yeah, that would have been awkward.
How do you balance so much musically, touring,
Good question.
real life?
Compartmentalize. I try to keep both aspects of my life separate as much as possible. I keep my home life at home, and I keep my work at work, out on tour. And I rarely mix the two.
Normally, I would ask you now, what are the next projects that you have something coming out for, but we're living in the now. But you could give people
Well,
a little...
we're living in the now,
give a little
but with the
with
the peripheral vision on the future, yeah. We got Aftershock today. I got to come back on Sunday to do a set with Fear Factory. And then end of the month we got to go to Mexico, South America, Ecstatic, and then I'm done for the year. And supposedly Dino's working on a new Fear Factory record, and supposedly he's gonna let me play on one finally. I've been begging him for years to let me play on one. I'm like, dude, I'll do it for free. Just let me fucking play on a record. And
does he just you tour and then he
yeah,
does all the,
yeah. And he's been
I guess that
he's
does
been
happen a lot.
he's been recording everything minus drums and vocals on Fear Factory records for years. That's just the way he's done it for a long time now. And I get it, no one's going to be tighter with you than yourself,
But also there's a dynamic that comes in when
Sure,
you have somebody
yeah,
else play, and I think
yeah.
that's not just healthy, but like good for the music.
Yeah. So
Come on, Dino.
I don't know. We'll see if
I'll see him on Sunday. I'll mention it to him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna nag him now.
Yeah. He's like, you promised Tony you were gonna let him play on the Fear record. Yeah, all right. We'll see.
Come on, Tony.
Yeah. So yeah, if that indeed does happen, I'm looking forward to that. And then next year, Static has European festivals next summer, and I know we're working on some stuff for North America, but nothing I can talk about. There's that.
If it's something like a headline tour of clubs, just blink twice. Awesome. I think that's cool.
I'm blinking. I'm not going to tell you how many times.
I can tell. I can see it from here. I'm going to let you guys know later.